Welcome to Lipsticks and Lariats. Hey everyone, and welcome to the show. Are you a massive professional wrestling fan? Do you find yourself screaming at the TV, cheering for your favorite superstars, and analyzing every single match? But maybe you feel like the conversation is always dominated by the same voices. Well, get ready, because we're here to change the game. The all-female podcast that's flipping the script on wrestling commentary. We are friends who live and breathe everything from this squared circle. We're talking about the high-flying action, the epic promos, the shocking heel turns, and the drama that happens both in and out of the ring. From the independent scene to the biggest pay-per-views, we cover it all. Each week, we dive deep into the latest news, review recent shows, and give our unfiltered opinions on the biggest storylines. We're not afraid to get passionate, have a laugh, and maybe even disagree a little. We'll break down match psychology, celebrate the incredible athleticism of these performers, and share our predictions for what's coming next. We also love to shine a spotlight on the women's division, celebrating the progress and pushing for even more. So, if you're looking for a fresh, fun, and fiery take on the world of wrestling, you've found your new home. Don't miss out on a single episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and get ready to talk some smack with us.
Welcome to this special edition, episode 9 of Lipsticks and Lariats. Today we are going to preview WWE's Backlash, talk about some fake outrage, discuss a few topics, and spill some tea. So, grab your best sexist friend and join us for episode 9 of your favorite all-women's podcast. And if you don't, Nikki and I will come out of nowhere with a lariat just for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, before we get into the show, we, Nikki and I, here at Lipsticks and Lariats, want to send our condolences to a wrestling pioneer and legend, none other than the great Ted Turner, who passed away yesterday at the age of 89. And we also want to give a shout out to AEW, who did a beautiful tribute to Turner last night. Nikki, your thoughts on that?
It's so crazy that, like, this man, for I guess maybe more US, he's done so much in television and production and the news, and it feels like there's such a little blip on wrestling, but such a big deal to us of what, like, him really championing wrestling and getting it on TV and what he did for WCW. And I thought it was a beautiful tribute last night when having just Tony come out and speak from the heart. You know, he felt emotional and, like, didn't expect it when then Sting came out. And I was like, oh no. And it's just like two genuine, like, kind of like WCW kids, like, just paying tribute to what Ted did for them. I thought it was very sweet.
If it hadn't been for Ted Turner, Atlanta would not be the international city it's known as. There would be no Atlanta Braves, no Atlanta Hawks. Coca-Cola would have probably left. Home Depot wouldn't be there. So he actually did a lot for the city. And he was and he was a big resource into getting the Olympics to Atlanta in 96. I lived in Atlanta during 96. So
wow.
I was there for the Olympics and actually worked for the Olympics. And a funny story, if you used to could go to the CNN building and do a tour, and they would let you, like, do the weather, and they'd have a green screen on there. Well, at the time, if you wear green with a green screen, it makes you, like, look invisible.
Mm-hmm.
I had green contacts in at the time. So when I went through and did it, I didn't have any eyes.
Oh my gosh.
It was so cool.
That's so fun.
So I was like, well, that explains why I've never really seen a weather forecaster have green eyes. Because if they do, they put in different color contacts. So their eyes are not taken out with the green screen.
Oh, that's so crazy. I thought it was just clothes, not like your actual
Yeah,
eyes against the green
it's
screen. That's
anything
crazy.
that's green that goes against that screen.
Wow.
It blends in and it takes it out. So, how have you been, Nikki?
Trucking along. It's been a crazy work week, but I'm glad we're here to talk wrestling. It'll be at the bar on Friday, so I'm hopefully winding this week down.
There we go. Well, let's spill some tea.
Let's do
I was
it.
cruising through some spaces and heard some interesting concepts, news, takes, however you want to talk about it. But I want to bring this to your attention. Has anyone noticed how Saudi Arabia have begun pulling their money out of things like Live Golf, Tom Brady's flag football, and other investments? Have you wondered why they are doing this? Well, I may have some tea on this. It looks like they are rounding up all their assets and funds for what we all have suspected. They are looking to buy WWE between 2029 and 2030, which plays into why there's a reason TKO is trimming the fat off their books and letting people go and restructuring contracts. Just something to ponder and watch out for.
Oh boy. And then what? Nick Khan just signed that deal that he's there till 2030. So is he going to be there? Is he going to pull like a Vince sort of and be there enough to broker the deal and then moonwalk on out of there?
It's possible.
Oh, that
Just
feels okay.
keep an eye on, because it's awful funny that they were so gun-ho and investing in all this stuff, and now all of a sudden they're pulling all that money out. And also keep an eye on their GDP, because it's not as good as what it was. Moving on to my fake outrage.
Okay.
One day, Raw had 0 women's matches. Don't come at me about they had women's segments. I mean 2 competitors in the ring actually grappling. So where are all those people who always holler, we want more women's matches? Oh yeah, it wasn't AEW. So we hear the crickets. I wrote an article on this and did a small podcast on this. You can find my article on themidpodcast.com and listen to my podcast on YouTube at the Mid Podcast 6436. Nikki, what was your take on them having 0 women's matches on Raw?
It's very disheartening. It's exciting that I was like, oh, we're gonna get Asuka Io on a PLE. We're actually gonna get like a women's match, not about a belt or a boy on a PLE. I'm like, yes, give it to me. But then I feel that then you take it away. Then I get nothing on TV. Again, just like the backstage segment with them that I thought was great, but I'm like one of them should be doing something in the ring. And then the Judgment Day ladies, again, evolved in a boy. It's like, and I'm fine with Becky Solruka, but you could have put a women's match in there somewhere.
Well, I figured after, Becky come and interrupted her, that they would be like, and then she hit Adam Pierce. Yeah. I figure he'd be like, okay, bitch, you hit me. You gonna fight tonight. He just kind of blew it off like, okay.
Because are they fighting next week? Isn't that her new thing now? She's like, I'm going to fight when I want to fight. I'm not going to fight you now. Or is that just every heel at this point?
I think that's just every heel at this point.
Like, again, I know Backlash is Saturday and we'll talk about it. But again, you still got Italy. We got a Saturday night's main event. Like, are they just kind of like not do anything just to get to the next pay-per-view? But I want something on my weeklies. Again, it's the one that really like shouts out the women's wrestling on this show. I'm just
I find it funny that myself, who is known as She Hates Women's Wrestling, had to go defend not having a women's match on Raw.
You're growing right before my eyes, and I love it.
But I still hate women's wrestling, but I am one of them people. I call a spade a spade. Yeah. Don't come at me hollering what AEW needs to put more women's matches on. At least you get a women's match on AEW every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when's the last time we have not had a women's match on Dynamite?
Can tell you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're all hollering, if AEW did this, oh my God, the pitchforks would have been out for Tony Khan. They would have burnt that man's house down, probably.
I don't. All the boats, all the ships, like all the things, support all the things. Like the tribalism fucking bothers me. But no, like we're all needs to be better. WWE needs to be better. Like when we talked on Saturday, as much as it pained me, my Lariat was about a woman segment. It's just like you have the talent, use them and use them.
You couldn't cut a backstage segment to put a woman's match on.
You have such a talented roster. Like use them. Like you can cut again. I don't want to be like, well, at least have a 3-minute match or something. But like maybe at this point, maybe have the fucking 3-minute match, so I don't have to see a fucking Hulk Hogan commercial again. See, you're making the dog upset.
I don't know if you can hear him freaking
out. He loves women's wrestling.
Hey, I did a quick review on Stardom, and like I might check out the next Stardom show.
There you go.
So let's get into a few topics. Cody says WWE and wrestling companies may be overwhelming fans by sharing too much insider business information. Do you agree?
So I actually just watched that. It was the What Do You Want to Talk About with Kit Wilson, and I was a little disappointed. This was kind of like pre-taped a while ago. It's before what Kit has been doing with like the Miz and Danhausen and all that stuff. But basically, what they were saying is just like they were talking about when Cody was kind of doing his indie run. He actually did an indie show with Kit in Kent in the UK, and then Cody was like, "Oh, well, how was the house?" And then he kind of said like, well, who cares about that? Like we talk about all this stuff, like it's so insider that like why does like a fan care about like the gate or the house or how many seats were filled? I was like, you just want to watch the product, you just want to watch that show. And I don't know if the right word is like overwhelmed, but I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care what your gate was. I don't know how many, like if you had to move everyone to the hard cam, or I guess this way to the hard cam. It's just like I just want to watch the show. I just want to watch the I just want to watch the product. Like I don't care about all that other stuff.
I ain't pocket watching nobody because unless I work for WWE and like work in their accounting department, I don't care what your gate is. Yeah. The only time I care is when I go look for tickets and they're so outrageous that I'm like, yeah, no. Like Raw is coming to Greensboro next Monday. And I seriously was considering going, and then I'm like, yeah, no.
They just announced that double like Atlantic City show for like Raw and SmackDown, and then Nick was like, "We should go." I'm like, "I don't think we can afford to go." I'm like, you can look at tickets, but
go look at the tickets and see.
Especially, it's
I don't know. Maybe if they've kicked Club WWE off by then, you can get a discount. But then you probably have to sign up and pay for a tier.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not signing up. Like, why are so many things I have to sign up for a thing to enjoy a thing regularly? Like, let me just enjoy the thing. But again, I kind of agree with Cody. Like, I don't care. I just want to watch the product. I don't care about your TV rating. I don't care about your gate. Does nothing for me. So, like, I get what he's saying.
We get an update on Chelsea Green, who was hospitalized, saying that she has one more day of bed rest and then she has to take it easy for another week and that she is feeling good. She told this to Busted Open earlier. So, I'm going to miss Chelsea off of SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's probably like one of the only women on SmackDown I actually enjoy. And her comedy work with the gimmick they give her is great.
She's so good. And I just want her to be healthy. Because again, it was just like she broke the wrist and then she was back. And then just this leg injury. And now, like, thank God she said she's been struggling with this heart thing for like 10 years now. And they finally got it and fixed him. Like, good. Now get fucking healthy and be in my TV. You know, I will settle for her being US champ again. But, you know, fuck Michael Hayes. Put that belt on her. Like, let's just... Bitch, be healthy. Get on my TV. She's our queen. Chelsea forever.
What the? Okay. This doesn't have anything to do to wrestling, but I just find it interesting. It seems that the UFC is selling a partner investment ticket to their White House event at a cost of $1.5 million.
So they're selling a ticket that you can be a partner for.
Your ticket comes with a UFC Freedom 250 partner welcome reception, press conference reserved seating, ceremonial weigh-in general admission access, and floor tickets to UFC 329, which will be held at the White House. You know what I could do with $1.5 million?
I try on this show and my next show not to get political about anything. This feels all fucking icky. I don't like it. And again, what we could all do for $1.5 million. You know how many like lunches I could buy for kids, or maybe feed our fucking troops across the seas. You can do a lot with that.
I mean, I could buy me a nice house in my area for like $200,000 with some of that money. Go out, buy me a brand new sports car with some of that money, and still have $1 million left.
Again, we balked at paying what, $9,000 or $11,000 to see Cody's bus, or like $9,000 to make pasta with Fraxium or whatever. Like, who is this for? This is not for a UFC fan.
Yeah, but people were warned and was told when Endeavor takes over WWE, they're going to turn it into the UFC. And what are they doing? And everybody thought those people were crazy. They thought the UFC fans were crazy. No, that's not going to happen to WWE. And what are we seeing? Outrageous ticket prices, restructuring contracts, people getting cut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. So let's talk about your favorite wrestler, LA Knight. It seems that his creative direction is currently unknown, and he was said to have a program with Gunther. Could he be in the next round of cuts if they can't find something to do with him?
I'm worried because the rumor was going around, obviously why, or not obviously, but thought of why Xavier and Kofi Kingston left because of the restructuring. I'm worried if they're talking about kind of like upper mid-card people who sign contracts and they're not really utilizing them to those contracts. I'm worried he's going to be in that restructure. And would he accept it, or would we go somewhere else? I wouldn't be surprised at this point, but is he someone that he's on all your Slim Jim commercials? He does your, I think he's in that, the TurboTax, was it TurboTax or whatever tax commercial? Like, he's in a lot of their other stuff. But I thought of that about Xavier Woods. I was like, Xavier's never leaving. He does up, down, and all this other community stuff. But I would not be surprised either way. But to think you're going into
there's been rumors that some have already taken a pay cut. And if I had to guess on one of those who was like, yeah, I'll take a pay cut to stay, I would put my money on The Miz. The Miz seems like he will kiss WWE's ass no matter what. They could offer him a shit contract. He'd be like, yes, WWE, yes.
Probably, but I just feel like it's someone, I feel like he's used on TV every week. He has that crossover appeal. Like, he's been in the movies. He's hosting the Gladiator. Like, I just feel like and this sounds crazy for me to say, I think there's more value in The Miz than maybe an LA Knight. I'm thinking about restructuring. I honestly thought Damian Priest, that's someone that was like cashed in that Money in the Bank at Mania on Drew with CM Punk, and now he's a comedy duo with R-Truth. I feel like that, to me, it's more mid-card people that they thought they would have more mileage on that they're not using. I feel like they're using The Miz exactly how he should be used. But I could also see him like restructuring. I think Matt Cardona at this point would do anything to stay in WWE to be with Chelsea, to be with WWE. But you could have a point with the Miz.
So if they have no creative direction for LA Knight, why? My question would be, why keep him on payroll then? Just let him go.
Because he's in your commercials, and you have to shoot all new Slim Jim commercials.
No, you could just edit him out.
Then you're just gonna have Bianca Belair.
Just throw AI up in there.
No,
they use it anyway.
I know, it's awful.
Moving into talking about pay cuts, TKO has asked talent to take pay cuts, and some have mentioned that they were only given 2 days to make a decision. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's fair? That's not time for me to contact my agent, my lawyer, be like, I need you to look at this.
There's also, whoever reported it, that it was also when they were overseas. To restructure a deal, you have 2 days, and you can't contact your person back in the U.S. That's so fucked. This is like they try to so not be that carnival carny side anymore, but they're still so carny about this. Like, you get 2 days, you can't talk to anyone, sign this, shut up, and be thankful. And at this point, I think it's a shitty way to do business because there is alternatives. There's obviously AEW, whatever. We know how everyone feels about TNA, but that also is an option. Like, again, I think about Nick Nemeth and Mustafa Ali. Like, obviously, there's New Japan and MLW. Like, so many options now that I think like you should maybe be a little less shitty about things, because come July, August, I think we're gonna get that Young Bucks New Day match.
I could see that.
The Young Bucks back 2018, 2019, when they were doing the whatever Street Fighter thing, and they were at that con that the 6 of them were together. The Young Bucks reposted that video.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so I guess Monday, because Being the Elite comes out on Monday, but they reposted that. So I'm like, I think maybe you should be a little less shitty to your talent now that there's so many more options.
Is this TKO's way of trying to get talent worth back down to where they thought it was before Tony Khan decided to pay someone like a Swerve Strickland an outrageous amount? Because you remember when Swerve signed that contract, they came out and said that, yeah, that he's not worth that.
But that's, again, one shitty company's opinion. Like, I think Swerve Strickland is one of the best examples from WWE fucking bungling and becoming a mega fucking superstar in another company.
I would say him and Tony Storm.
Yes. So it's in Strickland men's, Tony women's. I don't know how I feel about him going after Bandito. I want him back in the main event picture, but I guess that we're really crowded at that point. But he's a star, and I think for them saying like, "Oh, we don't think he's worth that," I'm like, well, he is, and you're just saying that because you could have done that with him. You didn't let him, you know.
Well, and also with Swerve, you know, he has the connections in the music world. He's someone you can send out to do interviews, to be the face of the company, to, you know, promote the business, promote AEW.
Announce a draft pick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think I love Swerve, and I think they bungled him so much, and I think that's just them being petty. Again, it's the same thing with Will Ospreay. Like, Ospreay signed with AEW. They're like, well, he doesn't want to grind. It's like, no, he grinds, just not how you think he should.
Well, I liked it where he come out and said he's never been touched by WWE.
Yeah, so.
Oh, today is his birthday, so happy birthday, Ospreay, now that you mentioned it. TNA Slammiversary has decided to change its time to 3 p.m. on June 28th instead, to avoid going head-to-head with AEW's Forbidden Door. But I thought TNA was the second largest wrestling promotion in America. Oh yeah, it's only in their imaginations. So if I was Tony Khan, I would put on a Ring of Honor show at 3 p.m.
Well, I feel like 0 Hour is before that, right? That's like main starts at that time, right? So there's going to be some overlap. Like that was what pay-per-view, and then WrestlePalooza, whatever AEW's.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, I love an early pay-per-view. I love when like it's on like at 3:00 EST, and then like we can still go to bed at a normal time.
I do too. I love it when he does the London pay-per-view because I'm like, oh, it starts like at 1:00 my time.
Amazing.
The only thing is I get to leave church early. I've already ordered my pizza. It's gonna meet me at the house.
But I don't know. Then just like you got 4 weekends 4 to 5 weekends out of the month. Like y'all can pick a weekend.
There's enough weekends to go around for everybody. All right, Nikki, let's get into our Backlash preview. So far, we have 5 matches. I don't really see them adding another match this Friday from SmackDown. And we also have neither of our women's world champions on this card. There's only 2 title matches on this card. So let's take a look at this less than stellar PLE, or as I'm going to start calling them, please lower expectations, are my favorite, Papa H's lengthy entrances. So we're going to start off with 2 matches on ESPN2 because they're going to try to get you to watch the other 3 and buy the ESPN Unlimited app. So first, we're going to have Seth versus Braun. What are you looking at?
I love my Seth Rollins. I love him immensely. I'm back. I'm glad he's back on my TV. But it makes sense because I also, again, I love my Seth, but I'm also push your babies. I feel like Braun needs to win here. But if they're going to elongate this feud, then to me, Seth will win. But feels like there's going to be some shenanigans either way. But again, they both been out injured, and this is going to probably be like the first big proper match back. So I'm a little worried how that's going to go, but I'm hoping that everyone's a professional and Seth can lead him to a good match.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm predicting when I'd have to do my predictions. Because I could see either one winning. Yeah. My question is, we pretty much know Roman is not going to lose against Jacob, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
So what do you do with Roman after the Jacob match? Could you eventually see a Roman Seth? If that's the case, then I could see Seth winning. Because you don't want him losing and then him come out next Monday and go, oh, well, I'm going after Roman Reigns in his title.
Because it's going to be,
But you do need to push your baby.
You need to push your baby. So I'm all for the baby's winning. But then also your next, because rumor is Roman's supposed to be in Italy, but he's not booked for anything in June. So
that was a typo.
Yeah, clerical error. To me, it doesn't make sense to have then Seth win, then Seth go into a quick program with Roman, then for Roman to go off TV. I don't see Seth taking the belt off Roman as much as my heart and brain would love it. But if I got my Booker hat on, like, I don't know if they're going to do that. I think at this point you can have them kind of, because they had that little like face-to-face, like you're in my way sort of thing. So you can have them like flirt around for a little bit, but I don't think they're going to think they should hold off on that.
I think it's going to be a really good match. I'm like you. There's probably going to be some shenanigans in there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some fuckery.
Like, do you have the Vision come out, and then do you have the Street Profits come out, or do you give Seth Rollins a group to go against the Vision? Do you have Austin Theory? God, I sound like Nick. Do you have like Austin Theory turn to join back up with Seth? But he's the tag belts with Logan. But I don't. There's something there. There's a lot to go around.
Or maybe we get a debut of somebody that we don't expect, maybe. I would like to see them have like a non-fuckery match, just Seth and Braun, to see what they can do.
That'd be the dream. I think they can. I think Braun's a future star. I think he's getting better on the mic. I think, again, I just want him healthy. If everyone just stays healthy, I hope now that we're post Mania, this injury bug kind of goes away. Because what they said on Raw, they were like, Seth was out for 6 months. I was like, oh my God, was it really that long? And then Breaker was out just as long. So it's just like, we really lost 6 months. Like, let's get our sea legs back under us and like, let's have a good program.
Moving on to our next match, we have Trick Williams versus Sammy for the U.S. title. I like Trick, but I have no interest in this match because it has Sami Zayn in it. And I have a feeling they might put the belt back on Sammy.
No, that'd be so bad. Is this going to be like a more definitive win for Trick? Because I think it would really cut the legs out from Trick for me. And I think he's, again, a star. I think gets an incredible reaction. Like, why when like I know people are booing Sammy. I just don't know if it's the right boo you want right now.
I mean, he did kill the gingerbread man.
I know. All right, like R.I.P. Put your ones up. Cheers.
I mean, we're going to have a funeral tomorrow for the gingerbread man, so.
Again, so that's going to be some more. I hope Trick just wins and, like, let's just pivot. Let's just move on. Again, I want him and Melo to have the program, put Ilya back in. Again, like, the U.S. title felt, like, so refreshing on SmackDown.
Speaking of Ilya, where has he been? Is he hurt? Is he checking out catering? I mean, we haven't seen him since the Rumble, really.
Or didn't he had a match with Melo post Rumble when he still had the US belt, didn't he? There had to have been. That can't be all in January. I just feel like the scene was looking real good and having kind of Melo the head of it and having all those open challenges and introducing new people, and that's how it should be.
And they fucked it up by giving the title to Sammy and having Sammy be Melo. Because I would much rather this match be Trick versus Melo right now.
Yeah, so I need Trick to win definitively. Sammy can go somewhere else. And then build, I think, Melo Trick at SummerSlam. Lead the program up, build it up to that, pull on their whole history, all their whole storyline in NXT. And that's your SummerSlam match.
Or could Melo come out, cost Trick the title, give it back to Sammy, and then Melo and Sammy have another program where Melo wins it off of Sammy again?
No more Sammy.
I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just trying to think as WWE creative would think. It's basically rinse and repeat.
That would be. I feel like everyone sees Trick as a star, and I think it would maybe ruins too much of a strong word, but like that would really take the sales out of like your young new kid to put the belt back on Sammy.
So we're gonna move on to now. You have to pay for these matches. Io versus Asuka. We do get a women's match finally. Yay!
Excited about a women's match. Excited that it's not about a boy or a belt.
There's rumors saying that Kyrie may show up for this match.
I guess I have two feelings about it. If are you truthing us with Kyrie and she's gonna come back and be a thing, or is this gonna be a one-off? Like this, if you're bringing Kyrie back, then this has to be a thing. Then what are you gonna have then it should be what, a three-way? Like Saturday night's main event's not big enough. To me, Italy, again, I'm just booking everything for SummerSlam, but having her come back, to cost Asuka, to cost Io, who is she saving
I think
here?
she would cost Asuka, and then I think they said her contract's going to be up anyway, so
then it's already caused too much chaos. You took her off abruptly, then had 2 weeks of just making it Asuka Io, and then have Kyrie come back to cost her to really leave again.
Yeah, but it's WWE and they gotta have that shock value moment.
She's gonna come out in a black hoodie and reveal herself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not gonna bring her back and have this be like an actual proper blow off between the three of them, then at this point, then don't do it at all. I don't think oh my god, is gonna be enough to do anything if this is not gonna. It's not going to be a thing on Monday. It's not going to be a thing on Friday.
Well, I mean, the sit down that Io and Asuka had on Monday sort of made me invested in the match.
Again, when you actually let women talk, and you actually let other women talk, that I thought it was a great interaction, and I
liked it how it went from English to Japanese. With the subtitles on the screen.
Triple A should take a note, because Rey Mysterio doing everything bothers me.
Oh my god, I watched the AAA show Saturday night because there was nothing on and I was laying in bed. I was like, I just need something on to go to sleep to. And I was like, is he seriously voice overing this shit?
Again, this way, when it was 2-3 weeks ago when Flammer had her she had the belt for whatever many days, and La Catalina made her debut, and he was dubbing both promos, and he's so monotone, and he just sounds like Rey Mysterio. I was like, these are two young women. You're giving them
let them speak Spanish and put up subtitles,
right? But I like the interaction between Asuka and Io. I loved at the end they got so close and they're looking at each other, and then she just missed her, and I was like, ah. And then she gets up and does her whole thing, and they're so good.
Was it me? No, good. I don't know for sure, and I haven't gone back to watch it because I know they edited the shit after it's shown live.
Mm-hmm.
But when Adam Pearce come in there, did he holler, "Get me the goddamn medic"? Because I could have swore I heard him say a cuss word that did not get bleeped out.
I don't remember. Because I know we watched it live, and I rewatched the segment later, but I don't remember. Maybe. He feels like someone that can just kind of
I think he broke character and was just oh my god, I think, the shit really did get in her eyes and we need to get the medics in here to clean it out. And I could have swore I heard him say that.
Yeah, it's just, and kudos to them. I couldn't imagine just know it's going to happen and just lean into it. It's just I remember the Bianca Asuka match when she had it on her fingers and she just rubbed it into her eyes. And I was just ugh. And I think that's what kills me about a lot of, again, Jon Moxley and Juice match. Stop spitting and biting and licking. Stop it. It drives me insane. As I said on our show, I was like, maybe I'm not a sicko because I can't stand each other spitting on each other. Well, but I'm like, I can't even imagine just lean in and you're going to get just in your face. But I think everyone's agreeing with you that he,
Oh, he did say that? Okay.
He did say that, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't hearing things. So next we have Danhausen and his mystery partner versus Kit Wilson and The Miz. So people are saying that his mystery partner could be John Cena. I don't see Cena wrestling in a suit. And
no.
Cena's a man of his word. He says he's done wrestling. And if you've ever seen this man try to walk lately and get out of a car lately, it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any more bumps on his
No, I
bump
don't think
card.
he did. But they said he was going to be there, and I think he's going to announce maybe
Club
next
WWE or
club.
where
Some, or like what was it, Money in the Bank, when he randomly was like, "Oh, shouldn't we have a WrestleMania here in the UK?" Like he's going to do some bullshit like that.
yeah, I was gonna
Like I
say
don't.
he's gonna announce something.
I think he might be him and AJ. Maybe I know AJ kind of said he'd wrestle with his son, but I feel like John Cena is like one guy that sort of said like I'm done, and I believe it.
So who could Danhausen have as his partner? Could it now? Some people are saying it could be CM Punk since they're real friends
Yeah,
in real life. But I
they,
mean, how do you feel? I don't want to see CM Punk wrestle The Miz and Kit Wilson. I mean, wouldn't you think he's above that?
I would love to see it, to be honest, because again, I've been shitting. I know people shit on Danhausen, and I like to say, like, remember, this is supposed to be fun, and he's been like the one bright spot of kind of like 4,000 adverts and like all this other stuff. Do I want to see him like fuck with a t-shirt cannon, throw some smoke off, and moonwalk out of there? I'm here for that, and I think. Because CM Punk doesn't really have anything right now. Like, he was flirting with Cody Rhodes, and now Cody seems to be flirting with Gunther. He's not going to get himself involved in like this Samoan kind of bloodline Civil War stuff. So why not have him do something fun? And I think he had said, like, coming back, that he did bury the hatchet with the Miz, and that they're good now. And then again, I think watching Kit Wilson on the Cody Rhodes podcast, I think he's so like charming and like smart, and like this is someone that you could. He started wrestling in 2014. And I was like, the sweet little baby. And it's like, could then putting CM Punk in this to maybe level up Kid a little bit. I think this sort of CM Punk could kind of give back and do something fun and help maybe Kit. Or maybe instead of having, all these grueling, main event matches, let's just do something silly for 10 minutes. And sometimes silly is okay. I'm here for the silly once in a while.
Well, if you want something silly, then I would have Danhausen partner with Jelly Roll.
No.
You said silly, Nikki.
All right, so I want a certain amount of silly. I don't want a Jelly Roll. I think he's done enough damage. He can't be everyone's best friend. He can't come in and say he's been best friends with Danhausen for 20 years and he remembers when they were growing up and we were all friends and blah, blah, blah. I don't think you can insert him this way. Also, the 90s kid in me, Danielle Fisher, who was Topanga on Boy Meets World, has been tweeting that she should be it because it was pictures of her and Danhausen and her in the full Danhausen makeup, and she was calling herself Danielle Hausen. And I was like, then give me that silly. Jelly Roll's not the right kind of celebrity silly for this, if that makes sense.
Then who do you see as his partner?
If I had to be a betting woman, I would go CM Punk. I think that's the safest way to go. Because I think there'd be a pop. Because again, we didn't see CM Punk on Monday.
Just saying Matt Cardona. I don't know.
No.
He's always ready, so.
He is always ready. And I do love Matt Cardona, but I don't.
He would fit into the gimmick.
What Maurice would be with Danhausen against her husband? They also don't do intergender stuff, so.
Just like I said, someone's got to pay the bills now that Chelsea's out.
Oh, Mama's still paying those bills. Don't you worry about Chelsea. Don't you worry about our girl.
He could do Al Snow and bring head. Okay, Matthew.
After that last OVW show, I don't think we'll be seeing Al Snow for a while.
I get you need like a little bit of comedy. Why is this on a plea when you don't have any other titles? You have 2 title matches. You have all these other titles could be on here, but yet we're getting a Danhausen match.
Because I feel like in their corporate brain, you still have 2 other PLEs coming this month.
Again, they're gonna wear Danhausen out, and then his appeal is gonna die off from the fans. I think the fans will lose interest in him.
Again, I know you guys watch on Netflix and VPN and all that stuff, but I feel like to me, I feel like he's just more becoming a SmackDown guy, unless you guys are seeing him on Raw that I'm not seeing.
Danhausen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does like some segments when y'all get commercials.
Okay. Just again, for the US audience, I think he's becoming more SmackDown. And does this cement him more as SmackDown? I think, again, him being the top 3 merch seller at WrestleMania, they're not going to get rid of him. I think they already booked him at Fanatics Fest, and I believe he's already been basically sold out at Fanatics Fest. Again, maybe because
I'm okay with his little backstage gimmicks, segments. Do I physically need to see him in a ring wrestling? That is the question. The answer is no.
But is this more like a thank you to The Miz for putting people over and you get to become a PLE? Is this more like we see something in Kit and could we push Kit up?
I think this is more we're trying to get Kit Wilson over than anything.
Like, I'm not expecting a 15, 20-minute classic here. I think it's going to be maybe 10 minutes, a little bit of silly.
What? This is not going to be a Dave Meltzer's 5-star match?
No, not everything needs to be a 6-star extravaganza. I think this is probably your breather match or your popcorn pee match, whatever you want to call it. I think it's just going to be something silly in the middle. And again, I don't want a 4, 5, 6 hour pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view, because that would be adverts. I think you have 4 strong matches. You have a little silly in the middle. I'm fine with it. So I'm hoping that in Italy or Saturday night's main event, we can get some more women's matches and more title matches, and maybe just kind of diversifying your next 3 PLEs.
That is true. So now let's go to our main event, which we have Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. I really want Jacob to win, but they just put the belt on Roman. So I know Roman's not losing unless they really did ask him to restructure his contract and he's going to pull a Brock Lesnar and say, fuck you guys, I'm out.
Oh, I hope so. I'm not a Roman Reigns person. I think, to me, despite all the bloodline bullshit of him on SmackDown, I think Monday was probably, to me, his probably best kind of promo. And I was like, oh, those acting classes are working for you, girl. Like him selling for Jacob Fatu, I don't know if he really planned it, but like him signing the contract underneath Roman's head, I think was very great. I would love for them to do a snap thing, because again, to me, like, not comparing, but like, I didn't see Darby Allin taking the belt off MJF, but he's going on a tear, and I think it's been very good. I was like, I don't like Roman with that belt, because it was like the belt that was sort of created because you never were on fucking TV. To me, he doesn't deserve that belt. I loved it on, like, and Seth and that belt are synonymous with me because I think he made that belt. I think it'd be.
Wasn't he the first one to win it when they brought it out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My man. I think it'd do wonders if you, again, not that Jacob's a baby, clearly, but new, interesting, I know the buzzwords and all the other thing, but the crowd gets so excited for him, then pull the trigger. That'd be so unexpected from WWE with all the criticism they're getting lately. Maybe it's time to listen and shake things up. Again, not a Roman Reigns fan, but I think that was a good promo, but I don't like him with the belt. But I think it's going to be it should be a very good match.
I think it'd be a good match. There is rumor that Zilla Fatu is doing a meet and greet in Tampa. So could we see Zilla show up on WWE and maybe help Jacob or help Roman?
we've had what? Didn't Tungaloa debut at last SmackDown? Or one SmackDown, or JC Mateo was last, or Backlash?
Backlash.
Didn't
Yeah.
all of them debut on
I think
Backlash?
I think it was because I know I ain't calling him JC Mateo. Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they said he debuted at Backlash and he didn't even make it a year.
I don't know. Is Zilla a big enough name to kind of, if he comes in and aligns himself, whether it's with Roman or Jacob, is that really gonna get anybody that excited?
Unless you really watch the indies, in which most WWE fans don't, the only thing you're gonna know is it's Zilla and he's related to Roman and Jacob and the Usos. That's basically all you're gonna know.
Nick would know better than I. He worked the indie promotion we work with, TCW, Titan Championship Wrestling, out of Toms River, New Jersey. He did a show for them, and I don't think he got a great reaction. So I'm like,
well, I mean, he does come with some baggage, they say.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like
where do you see the Usos playing in this? You know, are they playing Roman and being like, "Oh yeah, we're on your side," only to come out and help Jacob and align themselves with Jacob?
I don't think so. To me, they've been flirting with Jay becoming too much like Roman, and I think I'm at the point. And then the promos that Jay's cutting, and when Solo first came out, and he was like, Joe, you have to get him, and Jay was kind of directing Roman. I don't think you can slide Jay back to the right-hand man. I think you have to insert him somehow in a triple threat or in this three-way Civil War dance conversation. And poor Big Jim, I think you can slot him anywhere and it doesn't matter.
Well, that's the one good thing about Big Jim. I don't know if this is the right word, but he's flexible. You could put him into this way or that way and it'll work.
He's your utility player.
And I think he's better than Jay in the ring.
Which is so, I remember, again, early, not early Uso days, but, again, watching Total Divas, him and Naomi were, front and center on that show, and I feel like he had so much more personality, and, him and Trin were just, everyone seemed to love Big Jim, and then on TV, they just seemed to be pushing Jay, and I was like, well, this seems very different than what, your one TV show is doing this, your other TV show is doing that. But I just feel like for some reason Big Jim is just oh, we'll put them here, we'll put them there. It doesn't matter.
I think we need to create a segment just for our producer called the Yeet segment. Because I know how much he likes to yeet.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. And then we all wear our Sammy Guevara shirts.
Yes.
Every time I'm getting ready for this show, I really want to put on my Inner Circle shirt. I'm going to do it one day.
You should. Just like as Jay is worse than Shoto. Shoto is not bad. Lay off the Shoto hate. Don't you dare. It's our show. We can do what we want, right, Nikki?
We're gonna what? No, then next where the 14th we're coming out. I'll wear my Inner Circle shirt, and Sammy Guevara's face is right here, so I'll make sure my hair is up for you, Reese, so you can see it the whole time I'm talking.
All right, I'll let you off just once.
Girl.
I lost my power months ago.
You put Kat and I in charge of something, honey. What do you think's gonna happen?
I'll give you more power.
Give baby, we're taken.
Well, he has to give us more power to prove he's not sexist. And if you know, you know. So those are all the matches for the Please Lower Your Expectations show this weekend. Or the plea. So now it is time for everyone's favorite part of the show, Q&A. Thanks, Matthew. The show is buried now.
Bah.
So, go ahead, get your questions in. And in the meantime, while you're doing that, I found something quite interesting. So, if you are bored tonight and want to check out WWE main event, you will have Lyra Valkyria versus Avi Nile, Raquel versus Maxine Dupree, and Ray Phoenix versus Berto.
I thought you were going to say 3 women's matches. Well, you know, Nick's going to watch the Ivy Nile match. Poor Lyra, poor Raquel, poor Ray Phoenix.
Well, I'm just saying. And
Big old
also,
number.
this is so far the schedule for SmackDown. Kiana James versus Tiffany Stratton. Gunther's going to appear after his attack on Cody. We have the funeral for the Gingerbread Man. And Fatal Influence versus Charlotte and Alexa and Rhea Ripley.
I'm surprised they're doing that match that early. I obviously it wasn't going to be a backlash, but could you hold off? That could be a main event for a Saturday night main event.
I could.
I mean, like, between Rhea, Charlotte, Alexa, that's like your upper echelon, and then again pushing your babies. Have the main event. Again, you have
Josiah, how you know? Because I know everything. I'm just saying. They have relegated Ray Phoenix to main event. They have put Bird Girl on main event.
That was my potential for Lariat of the week. As much as I love Ethan Page, I don't love pitting the champion to have a match with the champion for the belt. I would love Ethan to have the IC belt. Again, I'm booking everything at SummerSlam. Then have Penta drop the belt to Ethan at SummerSlam. I don't love him getting the pin in a tag match. I don't love it.
So, we have a question. It says, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your honest expectation for Backlash? A 1. If I have to pick between 1 and 10, a 1.
As the positive pickle of the group, I want to give it a 5. I want to be in the middle. I think it can be better. I think this pay-per-view could be a lot worse. I'm hoping we have some nuggets here. My Seth is on the pay-per-view. I'm not going to give it a 1. I'm hoping he can show up and show out. I want him to be healthy. Him with Braun. I think there's some work
I think that's probably, if I have to pick a match of the night, I think Seth and Braun would be my match of the night.
Yeah. Again, want to be positive. This card could be a lot fucking worse. Again, I think we saw with Gunther Seth, the buildup was not great. I thought it was a great match. I think match of the night and night 1. Sometimes you don't need a whole rigmarole story, just to be a good match. And I think I think with the women's match, there's the story there, whether they properly told it on TV or not. If you know there's a story. And if you let them give them like 15, 20 minutes, 18 minutes, that little sweet spot. Like, give them some time to let them show you how good they fucking are.
Well, now that Kyrie's out of the picture with the Io Asuka match, now it has turned into teacher versus student.
Right. And I think there was always sort of elements of there. Because it was like, wasn't it? God, it was probably 100 years ago, but when like Io kind of first broke off from them and kind of flirting with Rhea Ripley, it was like, like, we're your family, you're turning your back on us, like I taught you and now you're leaving. And it's very much like now they're kind of coming back to what they were alluding to so many months ago at this point.
Yes. So we have a question. So what do you think each major company needs to focus on heading into the summer? WWE, AEW, New Japan, TNA. WWE, they need to focus on pushing their babies, as my partner likes to call them, and better creative. AEW, I think they need to focus on what they've been focusing on. I think if the rumors are true, they might focus a little more heavily on their tag division in AEW if they get those two teams that were kind of let go that WWE kind of just handed Tony Khan. New Japan, push Shoto more. We want more Shoto in New Japan. And TNA, they just need to fire Cucklos. That's what they need to focus on. They need to give me more Ali in TNA.
Agree. I think he's, again, someone that should have been so big and so good in WWE and they bungled. I think, again, he, like, physically what you would want. He good looking, good on the mic, can wrestle. Like, I don't understand how that got so messed up. I think he's, I don't know why they mess it up so much and why he's not even like a bigger deal in TNA, but like sweeping across the board again, like push your babies, put a little more spotlight on women. Cause it was also a lariat for me. Like, I know WWE absolutely shit the bed, but I also don't love, like, Willow just had the segment about her, you know, being able to be the TBS Women's Champion to represent TBS and Ted Turner. If Ted didn't pass away, what was Willow's promo? Was she just still going to do a backstage promo and there's going to be
She's probably just going to do a backstage promo with an open challenge and then fight on Collision.
And then when Thekla was beating up, Jamie Hayter was beating up Sky Blue, and then Julia Hart wanted to come down, but Thekla was like, no, and just let her get beaten up. I was like, again, you're two, and then your tag team champs weren't on the TV. And I was like, again, like, WWE really shit the bed with no one there. And then, like, TNA, like, why TNA? AEW, I want to hear from Thekla. Like, again, the promo last week was so fucking good that we talked about. And I was like, I feel like I feel a little let down from WWE especially.
I felt Dynamite last night was kind of mid.
You had 3 hours.
I thought it was kind of mid.
And I forced myself to stay up. And I was like, I just wanted...
I will say, I had thought about getting tickets to the show. And then we ended up going to Virginia. And I was just like, I am so glad I didn't go to Charleston.
Because I thought for a second, I was like, oh, Kat's there. And I was like, no, that's next week.
Yeah.
But I don't know, step up your women's game, push your babies,
my mom about fell out of her swing when I told her I paid like $1,000 for our tickets. And she goes, you did what? And I'm like, yeah. Well, I was like, well, you do what you want to do. I do what I want to do.
There you go.
But it's all about the experience and the memories I'm making with my son. That's what I told her. I said, absolutely. I can't take this money with me when I die.
And there's men I gotta look at, Ma. Get it?
Yeah, I have to get ass pictures. You don't understand. All right, what's our next question? Do you think the hair versus title is a dumb stipulation for Darby and MJF? Yes and no, and I will explain why. Yes, because it's just stupid. No, because I see where Darby's coming from, because MJF is so vain and cares about his appearance and how he looks. And, you know, I come from money. And so a bald MJF, which people have been doing like AI pictures up, is hilarious. I kind of want to see a bald MJF. But with the stipulation, they kind of gave away who's winning the match. MJF is not shaving his hair.
Like, if he spent all that money to fix that hairline, you're not. Unless there is a gay comic who is fabulous and hysterical, Mateo Lane. He has gotten 3 surgeries and he keeps shaving it to redo the hairline. So unless MJF needs to shave it to fix his hairline, then maybe. But a bald MJF, because then he'll just go off TV to fix his hairline. Really, that does nothing for anybody. But I did kind of laugh for when MJF was like, "Oh, I'll give you money," and he's like, "Well, I was a troll that lived under a bridge. Like, but your money's no good here." I did laugh at that, but it's a dumb stipulation. But again, the character that MJF is, it makes sense.
Well,
but I'm also married to one, so
I mean,
you can shave your head, you can't shave your beard.
My late husband was bald too, so
fine with bald. Just if he can't shave his head and then shave his facial hair, he can't. Then it's too much.
Yeah,
beards forever. You can shave this, just beards.
So and they couldn't do like a career. Your MJF's not going to put his career on the line.
Yeah.
Which everybody was thinking because you just did it with crap Hangman and people would be bitching, well, they're just repeating the same story they had with Hangman.
Like, again, I don't know if
So I understand like where Darby's coming from, that MJF's so vain about his appearance that, oh, I'm going to take your hair.
Yeah.
I mean, Darby's got a mohawk, so if Darby wanted to shave his head, it'd be okay.
The tattoo, and again, I obviously have tattoos. I have a tattoo on my back. The one that looks like a hand on like his like eyebrow really bothers me. But I don't know if are we rushing Darby so much? Because again, he's got the match with Pac. Super excited about that. But is that gonna mean, because it's Pac Saturday and then he's got Okada Wednesday? So then he's just gonna beat Pac because we're getting to the Okada match?
Yeah, probably. But I think the story is he's a fighting champion and he fights till the wheels come off, and the wheels will come off when MJF beats him.
But I think they should have.
He will be so beat up by the time he gets to that MJF match that what little he has left in the tank is not going to be enough to beat MJF.
Which I just wish they held off. I wish then Pac cut his promo and then it's like, all right, we're going to fight on Saturday. Then you have Okada come out and be like, all right, then just him constantly feeling like, again, the promo with MJF, like you're catching your breath, you're trying to talk. I just feel like they could have set it up a little better than like on the same night setting up 2 matches.
And then this way, I kind of get it. You're kind of putting Okada into that title picture now. But like somebody said, it makes me sick seeing Okada going to lose. So Okada's going to have to lose with fuckery. By fuckery, I mean Takeshita is going to cost Okada.
I think that's would be the only way.
Because you're not going to have Darby pin Okada cleanly.
Yeah, you have to. And again, I'm super excited for you to see Okada like live in action, because it was great when we saw him.
He's got a nice ass in person. I've seen it a couple of times.
At Madison Square Garden, we were a little too far back to see. We saw Okada versus Jay White at Madison Square Garden, which was super fun.
I got to meet Jay White at WrestleCade year 4 last. He's super cool.
I know. I'm ready.
It was him. It was Jay, Juice, and Tony Storm. That was the day Tony Storm cut a promo for my best friend in California, because he loves some Tony Storm.
I'm glad Juice is looking like Juice, because I hate when he came back and he was in that singlet and his hair was wet and he was no beard. I can't. If you introduce yourself to me with a beard and you don't have a beard anymore, I can't handle it.
My dad did that. He shaved his beard off, and my daughter freaked out because I mean, from the time she had been born, he had this beard and mustache. So he shaved it off, and he come to the door to get her. She ran behind me. She would not go. And he kept saying, baby, it's me, it's Papa. And finally she stuck her little head out. And she's like, okay. But she had, for 4 years, he had a beard and mustache.
Yep, but I haven't, and then I think that's where all my trauma starts. Like my uncle, my that was my biffle. Like every time at family party, I just went to him. He shaved off his mustache, and I was like, "This is his evil twin. I don't know who he is. He took Uncle George away. Like I don't know this man." And he's like, "It's me." I was like, "No, no."
That's the first time I had ever seen my dad without facial hair.
No,
and I was like early 30s. I mean, I've even got baby pictures. My dad had facial hair.
So then the last year my dad was alive, he always had a mustache forever. Then he shaved it, and I came home from high school, senior year, gone. I was like, I talked like to him like this for a month. Every time he tried to talk to me, I was like, wait, now you can talk to me. Like my mom literally had to pull me aside. She's like, "You're making your father really upset. Can you stop doing that?" I was like, "Well, I'm really upset. He needs to grow back a mustache." Like it's me and facial hair is very much like.
I'm like you. If I've seen you with it for so long and then you take it away, it's not you. I'm sorry.
18 years of a mustache. I can't talk to you unless I'm doing this. So we went down again. Nick and I talk about this on our show. It's like when he accidentally like fucked up his beard and he shaved everything off. I was like, you look like your brother. Don't come near me. He literally, I was like, you look like Paul. And I was like, I really can't. I can't do this.
You're sleeping in the guest room.
I was like, you need to. I can't. Anyway, we digress.
Yeah, let's get it back on the rails. Do we have any more questions before we end out this special edition? Oh, also, I want to give a shout out. Today would be the 60th birthday of one of our producer's favorite wrestlers, and that is the legendary Owen Hart.
Oh my gosh.
He would be 60 today. Oh shit, they had Danhausen at Sports Center today.
No, I don't want Stephen A. Smith in this fucking match. I hope it's him. The Knicks won last night. My husband's a Knicks fan. They won. So maybe this is a Knicks. I hope it's a Knicks thing, and I don't want Stephen A. Smith in my fucking ring.
Oh. The best wrestling beard you have ever seen.
Oh, there's so many. Tommaso Ciampa's. His beard is, again, when he...
Kevin Owens. I like Kevin Owens' beard.
Yes. His is like the perfect kind of like coif of it. But if you want to do like big mountain man beard, Tommaso's. But remember it was a year or two ago when he like cut his chin and he had to shave it all off to get this.
Oh, I get to see him Wednesday. They're doing a 10-man tag. It's him and FTR and the Dogs versus fucking Orange Cassidy, the Young Bucks, and Cope and Cage.
Oh, with Cope and Cage, because they had that was the main event in Collision yesterday. But I guess they're
doing a 10-man, which I figured Cope would be there because he lives in Asheville.
Yep. Rick Rude did have an epic mustache.
Oh, who was the dude that always came out with Jack Hager in WWE?
Dutch Mantel, or
yes,
Seb Coulter.
Yes,
epic.
He had a good mustache too.
Like when he was like, or when he was.
I hate to say this, but Paul Bearer, his mustache, it gave me little short German 1940s leader vibe. Because I don't want to say the name and get in trouble.
But he had more like. The other person he had like more of that middle part was Bear. The other one had like a full. No, I will you not besmirch Paul Bearer to me, sir. Put that away. No, I will not have it.
Quickly, JR on his podcast commented on why Aleister Black's AEW run didn't work out. And this is what he had to say. So give me your thoughts on what JR had to say. He said, I don't think he wanted his AEW run to work. I don't think he was happy there. I think he looked at it as a step down, like it was the minor leagues or some shit. That's a WWE mentality rubbing off on you. That'll happen. Chat, y'all can chime in too. Tell us what you think about what JR said about Black's run in AEW and why it didn't work out.
I think that has to be later mentality, because when he did the promo, the vignette, again, everyone broke out of prison, same with like Mox, and he was talking to whoever, and he's like, oh, we're talking about Matt, like Matt hurt, like his eye was messed up, and he was talking about Matt, and was talking about Buddy Murphy, or Buddy Murphy, whatever the fuck. And then he came out with the eye all fucked up, and then again, him going after Cody, and then forming the House of Black. I feel like there was so much good there. And then did you get there and then didn't like the backstage of it all? I feel like the beginning was so good, and then it kind of just like petered out. So like, was he like, I'm hoping at first he was like excited, ready to go, and then maybe didn't like the backstage of it all.
Maybe.
But I don't
see.
I think at this point, I don't think you can pull Andrade and Aleister Black back in. I think Aleister has to be done with AEW.
I think he is too. Matthew says Black is a bingo hall, beer hall famous, and he let it go to his head. I mean, he might overvalue his worth. I could see that.
Is that so long ago at this point? Like, when was his NXT championship run? Like, again, that's what I love, the feud with him and Andrade. Zelina was Andrade's valet, and she hurricane rotted Aleister Black, but they were dating at that point. So it was, there's so many different, like him being Tommy End, then making his debut, and then coming to NXT, and then becoming Aleister Black, and then going to Maine and not working out multiple times, and then going to AEW. So I don't know if we can get hung up on his indie run that feels like so long ago, but I could be wrong.
I could be too. Just like I said, Black checked out fully after he lost to Edge. He just seems like a bad loser. I mean, there are some people like that.
Yes. I think there's definitely people that I also kind of feel like he should have won that feud, though. So I think a little column A, a little column B.
I agree. All right. Do we have any more questions? If not... Oh, Reese said Bruiser Brody's beard. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel like that fit him. Again, if you want to Bruiser Brody, Brody Lee, prime Daniel Bryan going into WrestleMania 30. Post 30, when it got too long, it was too much. But like going into WrestleMania 30, it was his perfect beard line. Can we talk about beards?
Whoever thought we would get on track about talking about wrestlers' beards? There's no telling what we'll talk about. So that's right. That's why you have to tune in. So with that, thanks for joining us on this special edition of the Lipsticks and Lariats podcast. Nikki, where can our audience find you?
You can find us tomorrow night at 6 p.m. EST time at the bar. We're doing our predictions on Backlash, talking about all sorts of things. Tell us what you're drinking, what you're thinking on the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
Also, please make sure to join us again on Thursday, May 14th at 3:30. After that, hopefully we'll be back to our regular day of Sunday at 3. And make sure to like and share the show with your friends and subscribe to the weekly Steel Chair so you do not miss an episode of Lipsticks and Lariats. And also, please subscribe to Nikki and her husband's Nick Show and to the Mid Podcast 6436 on YouTube. If you have not checked Nick and Nikki out on Fridays, please do so. They are hilarious together. Until then, thanks for tuning in. And keep those arms warm for a lariat that may be coming out of nowhere. We will see you guys on Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.